Hey guys, after hiking the Colorado and the Continental Divide trails this last 2 summers, I'd like to share with you guys my 9 favorite pieces of backpacking gear. And if you stick around to the end, I will show you one more bonus piece of gear. That's a little trick to get you to watch the whole thing. Kind of sneaky, huh? I'm going to do this in what I call systems. So for example, cook systems, sleeping system, etc., etc. First is my cooking system. So what I have is called a Hammond's titanium pot. So it's really kind of a Toke's knockoff, I guess. It was really cheap on Amazon back in the day. I don't even think they sell them anymore. But it's a 750 milliliter titanium pot. This one does have the handles on it. It also has a lid. So I'm thinking about possibly ditching the lid, because from what I've seen, it doesn't really save that much fuel. Maybe if it was really windy or something, it might. We'll just have to wait and see. I might do a future video on that and just see if it really makes any difference to speak of. Second is my BRS stove. I am very fond of this little guy, and I know it has its faults, and there's a gajillion videos on these comparing them to everything else. I'll put the weights and stuff of this stuff up on the screen for you, but this is amazingly light. It's almost non-existent, and it works great. So I haven't had a bit of trouble. It does well in breeze, like a light breeze, but if it's really windy, you'd have to put something around it, some sort of windscreen, to keep it from just basically wasting all the energy trying to boil water. And that's really all I do is boil water. So if you're cooking stuff, I mean, this will work okay, but it doesn't have a real sensitive simmer. I can get it to simmer, but it's not easy. And so those are some of my favorite pieces of gear. And oddly, of course, I'd have a fuel can in there, and that fits nicely down the bottom, as well as a lighter. It's got to be pink, by the way. It does. Okay, so that all this stuff fits in there very nicely, nice and compact. And another part of the system that I really just love is this crazy little sack. Yeah, and only because it organizes it so well. Once you put it in there and tighten it up, it's not because the sack's so light necessarily, even though I'm a bit of a weight weenie, because at 60 plus years old, anything that saves weight's a good thing. But I just holds it all nice and secure, and all in one small bundle. Okay, next is my shelter. And I have the Z-Packs Plex Solo, and I absolutely love this thing. So easy to set up. Its footprint is pretty small, so it's pretty easy to get this into places you just can't get other tents. So I've been very, very pleased with this. And it's in the 14 to 14.5 ounce range. Once again, I'll post the weights on these. But it's easy to get into my pack, nice and light. The only negative to this tent really is it takes a lot of tent stakes. So I do have 10 total tent stakes, most of which are these Easton stakes. So these nail stakes in this shape like this, it seems like I can get them into anything. It's the hardest ground, rocky ground. They're even good in like sandy ground because they're so long. So I have been very, very pleased with these. I do also use the groundhogs. The mini groundhogs are so doggone light, and they hold really well. So, but the combination is pretty good. I have 6 of these, and then I have 4 of these. So overall, these stakes have really been fantastic over the 1,000 miles or so. All right, next is my sleep system. 1/8" Gossamer Gear sleeping pad. You can see this has been through heck between my cats and trees and everything else it's had to battle through, but it's an amazing, useful piece of foam. I can't tell you how much I use this thing. I use this as a sit pad, or I might use it for a siesta pad in the middle of the afternoon if I feel like taking a nap. So I can just pop this off my pack very easily. I also put it underneath my sleeping pad just for a little extra insulation and protection for the pad itself. Can't say enough about that. This is a Gossamer Gear pad, and it's about ready to get replaced here probably before next season. and I highly recommend getting one of these because they're so useful. But next I have my Nemo Tensor, my first sleeping pad that I actually started sleeping on. This was one of the big aha moments where I got a decent sleeping pad and I was like, no wonder I couldn't sleep before. This is the wide, regular wide, so 25-inch wide pad, and it just feels like I'm at home in my bed. It's just so wonderful. I know there's a lot of pads out there, and I've slept on several, and this is the one I keep coming back to for its comfort. It's a little on the heavy side. Once again, I'll post the weights, and there'll be links for all these too. Some of them are affiliate links, so I get a little bit of a kickback. So, I mean, if you want to buy a couple 100,000 of these, I could probably make enough to buy a dinner or two. Pillow, Parkology 2.0. This one has the pad strap, which I really like. I've had pillows before where they're just sliding all over the place unless I can get it in my sleeping bag in the hood part and keep it in there. But with this, it stays put. So I can't say enough about this one either. It was a game changer. One of those things that really increased my ability to sleep, and the comfort was amazing once I started using one of these. And for my quilt, I have a 15-degree Outdoor Vitals Stormloft quilt. Haven't really ever been cold in this. It's gotten down to probably 25 degrees is the coldest I've been, and it was still warm. So it's been an absolutely fantastic quilt for me. And now for the bonus. Hey, Future Mark Williams here. I kind of forgot the most important one for me, the Aqua 40. This backpack has been fabulous. It fits me like a glove. I mean, obviously that's what you want out of a backpack, but shoulder straps kind of curve in. Super comfortable. So I don't know how I missed this. You can unzip one-handed for each of the pockets on the side. That is absolutely fantastic to be able to right or left-handed. You can do both. Definitely maybe my favorite piece of gear overall. 28-ish ounces, and I mean, I don't know how it could be any better. The only negative on this is your back will sweat. It's right up against your back, nice and tight, and it has the two aluminum stays that go to the hip belt that transfer weight, and that makes all the difference in the world for me. So hey, Future Mark, sorry about that. This is your reward for waiting so long. It's the Canuck 2-liter Vecto bag. You'll see lots of thru hikers using, I swear most thru hikers I see are using this. They have the two different sizes, so if you're using like a squeeze or a platypus or something like that, or this one's set up for the Be Free, so I've also used that. I mostly use the platypus anymore, but there are a lot of good water filters out there. But this bag, another one that I hate to use the word again, but it's kind of a game changer because it's so easy to collect water. And I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos on that. So, hey, so those are my favorite pieces of gear after 1,000 miles of hiking. Thanks for sticking through to the very end. Please hit like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more like it. And please send questions to me and I will try to answer them for you. That's what I'm here for. See ya.